Hi, and thanks for joining me, and thanks to Kathleen Wayland of Wayland Financial in LaSalle for sponsoring Tom's Take. This happened a couple of weeks ago. I did not want to let these things in the wake of the election go by the wayside. There were a couple of interesting bookends to Veterans Day this year for folks in Starved Rock Country. And WLPO carried stories on them, but I just kind of wanted to put them together because I think it made for an interesting combination. So for today's video, you're going to see first Irvin Safranek of Paw, who received a Quilt of Valor on Veterans Day at a celebration on the Sunday before Veterans Day at the Mendota Museum and Historical Society. And John Small was there from the newsroom, and he interviewed Irvin. And got a very nice interview. He seems like a very interesting man. Full disclosure, I'm on the board of the Mendota Museum and Historical Society, but I want you to see this interview with him because even in its brevity, it's interesting. Also, there is, he does get a little colorful with a little bit of language. I'm willing to give him that, considering all he's done for this country and how long he's been with us. So I hope you're not offended. And then I'll be back with a couple of words, and then we'll take a look at something else that happened the next day, on Veterans Day.
103.9 WLPO, I'm John Small. We're here at the Mendota Museum and Historical Society, just outside the main business district. And you're looking at Irvin Safranek, who is participating in some of the ceremonies today here at the museum to honor vets. And he was a Quilt of Valor recipient today. To receive that quilt, how do you feel about that, Irvin?
I think that was real nice. That was a great honor that they accepted me and gave me that quilt out. It'd be a lot of memories in that, a lot of memories.
And your family moved around in the Chicago. They came from Kenosha down to Chicago and through the suburbs. And you arrived in Paw when you were 5 years old, is that right?
Yes.
And later on, you joined the military. Now, as we were explained here in the ceremony, not everybody could choose what branch to go into, but you got to go into the Navy.
Yeah.
And, well, I thought you had a pretty funny reason for choosing the Navy, and maybe let you tell the story, though. So.
Well, the real reason that I chose Navy was because I did not like wearing neckties. Back in those days, the soldiers had to wear neckties, and I didn't like that.
Well, you got to tell us about Admiral Nimitz, though, and the paint.
I see. You want me to talk about? Well, when we were coming into Hong Kong, we were fully dressed in white, standing at attention. Our commanding officer wanted to make a big show, and Admiral Nimitz happened to spot us. So he says, have an inspection tomorrow morning. So our commanding officer kept us up all night painting the ship, getting ready for the inspection the next morning with Admiral Nimitz. So when the Admiral got ready to disembark after his inspection, he told my commanding officer, he said, you got a handsome ship, but you use too goddamn much paint.
Next up, you're going to see sort of the other end of the spectrum, and that is the kids at Parkside Middle School in Peru had a very impressive Veterans Day celebration on the actual day. And I went to the predecessor, Peru Washington Junior High. I am so proud of all that these students did, all these young people did, and the feeling of being in that gym. I think you're going to get a sense of it. These kids, these students, the faculty, the parents, the staff, they're all so grateful. Here's some highlights.
4 Veterans Day readers from our 8th grade language arts classes were chosen for today's program. I now invite to the lectern our first reader, Grace Pack, who will read 2 poems entitled Thank You Veterans and You're My Hero.
Thank you, veterans. Dear veterans, young and old, thank you for your service and for protecting our country. Thank you for putting yourself out there and for being brave and strong. When wars broke out, you were there. for us and your family. That you kept safe even if you didn't make it home. Loved ones are proud and we're proud too. Now I'm happy to say you are beloved heroes to everyone in America. You're my hero. You saved our country and lives in the Battle of World War II. You came back to your family. You put yourself out there all to save your country. People may ask, why did you do it and did you regret it? I asked my grandpa the same thing. He said to me, I did it because I love my country and I don't want something bad to happen to you or any of my family. I asked him if he regretted it. He said, no. How could I regret something that brings safety to this country, to my country?
Next, please welcome Reagan Rayberg to the lectern. She will be reading her poem entitled Honor Those Who Served.
Honor those who served. We honor those whose lives were lost and for those who fought for us. Events to recognize the service of military veterans as we take a moment to remember. Veterans are superheroes. They are as brave as a lion, protecting us from threats that we will never know. From hanging yellow ribbons on trees to the 21-gun salute, we support them. Honor them for being strong when we can't be, and for keeping America safe.
Sacrifice. Some stand, some fall, some come home, some don't. Today is a day we honor the ones who offered their lives for our freedom today. Honor those who came home and even those who didn't. Today we consider, today we are free. Your sacrifice rings proud and clear. As we stand here today, we remember you and all you gave for our freedom. Tomorrow will come, but we understand you gave more than one day of the year. Thank you.
Now, please welcome our next 8th grade reader this afternoon, Gabby Smith, to read her poem called Forever in Your Debt. Forever in your debt. Thank you. We will be forever in your debt. Our hearts are filled with gratitude, yes. Victorious and valiant, you stand so brave. Everlasting respect you have gained. Together united, we stand at last, every day reminded of the past, roaring out a battle cry and letting the flag of freedom fly. Never forgotten will you be, saving America, land of the free.
When I lay my head down every night and go to sleep in peace, I can stay there knowing all is well while you're standing on your feet. Keeping watch, protecting shore to
Ladies and gentlemen, pretty moved by this ceremony. I just want to thank our students and staff. Our students never cease to impress me, and I think many of us. And as a credit to that goes out to the families that are here today, and all of our credit goes out to the veterans who allow us to have these types of freedoms, activities, and education for all these young people.
Thanks to Kathleen Whalen of Whalen Financial in LaSalle for sponsoring this weekend reset. Thanks to you for checking it out. And on this Thanksgiving week, I'll talk to you in the morning.